Fishing has long been a very popular recreational outdoor activity done all around the world. There isn't anything more enjoyable than to spend a summer day spent at the river or lake catching fish. This article should appeal to you if you strive to be a better fisherman. Study the tips contained in this guide and you will be able to make your friends with your newfound fishing expertise. You should almost always use sinkers if you fish during winter months. The number of sinkers used will depend on your line and upon the depth of the water in which you are fishing. Never embark upon the fishing without first checking the expected weather forecast. You should keep a radio beside you since the weather is constantly changing. Many fishermen fail to realize that hooks that have been heavily used can become blunt or twisted, which can prevent them from catching fish. Loud noises will scare a fish away. If you must communicate with another person, you have a much better chance at keeping the fish around to grab your line. Many bass fishermen choose to fish with grubs that are lighter colored. The most effective colors include white, speckled, light green, or yellow. Translucent grubs often contain iridescent pigments that reflect light and can increase your catch. If you're having issues catching fish, use a grub that matches the water color. You may become upset and discouraged about fishing in an area that have a lot of foliage around. Although these obstructions can be annoying and potentially snag your line, this type of area is far more appealing to fish because it is home to bugs and natural prey. Be mindful not to start a fire when fishing from the bank. A lot of people smoke when they're fishing, which is potentially dangerous for starting accidental blazes. The immediate bank is obviously wet, but the surrounding foliage is often quick to catch on fire. When going fishing, especially in the summer, don't forget to bring water and extra food. The sun and heat can exhaust you, so make sure to combat this by maintaining proper nutrition and hydration throughout the day. Pack enough drinks and meals to sustain you plan to fish. Take good care of your fishing boat's battery in the off-season. If you simply place the battery on the floor, keep it off of the cold floor. Weather can make or ruin your fishing trip. Know what you're in for by checking the weather will be before you leave. Check both a week before and the weather often in the days leading up to your outing. Don't be reluctant to reschedule your outing if bad weather seems like it will be bad. Fish are usually very busy during the full moon, and will be easier to catch. You are also more visible in bright moonlight, so be prepared. Just release any large fish that turns around during the reeling in process. Your line will be too short for pump and reel. Next time this happens, try waiting a bit longer before you begin to reel the fish in. Fishing relies upon a great deal of patience. If you are not a patient person, you may need to find a different sport that relies on less patience and time. You can also train yourself to sit quietly by taking small fishing trips. Fishing is an extremely popular hobby. A plethora of good fishing techniques are needed to be a good fisherman. If you practice the tips you read here, you'll soon reach your potential as a fisher and move towards your fishing goals. Please click the link in description to check out easy ways to increase your fishing success.